fear and delight. Allowing your circus airman to pass through this one. The Adventurers Guild investigator is deeply suspicious about something. This is the Halloween event. I like the Halloween bomb pumpkin. You there. I have a keen eye, and you strike me as an adventurer worth his salt. Might I ask you for a moment of your time to put a stop to evils bent on consuming the realm? I mean, it's kind of what I do, so sure. The Continental Circus, you see, has arrived once again, as it does every year, when it comes time for All Saints' Wake, bringing ghosts and pumpkins and all manner of revelry to Eorzea. I suspect, however, that the troupe is planning something rather more sinister than the distribution of sweet treats. They're fell fiends in disguise, you understand? It's just what they do. I've been unable to discern the nature of their vile plot as yet, but I'm certain that something is afoot. Thus do I ask you assist in my investigation. I need you to speak with the impresario. Learn what manner of entertainment the troupe is offering this year, and perhaps trick him into revealing something of what they're really planning. I'll continue to observe the other members for any sign of suspicious behavior. A horrifying All Saints' Wake to you, traveler. Now, this might be your first All Saints' Wake. Might this be your first All Saints' Wake? Yes. Oh, how I envy you, that you may experience it for the first time. Oh, All Saints' Wake. Those unhallowed nights when we may feast and frolic free from prying saintly eyes. Mortals once feared it is true, hiding from the creatures that stalk the shadows, but now it is perfectly safe. All the better to cast your cares aside and enjoy the devilish surprises our troupe has prepared for the occasion. Why, they're positively dreadful, if I do say so myself. Hey, Rosario, it's dreadful! Dreadful, I say! I was just saying that, yes. I raised that Arabid myself, cared for it ever since it was a beady eye, nearly torn from the void by an unscrupulous peddler of exotic pets. Now it's deserted me. I feel so betrayed. Do you say that the circus airman has gone missing? I suppose you do, as we've only the one. Troubling indeed. My dear fellow, might I ask that you aid us in searching for the missing creature? I like your cloak. It's like a bat. It's a bat. Or the, whatever's called that holds the cloak. Yes, I hate to think of what might become of it. Were it to be spotted by one who mistook it for an agent of evil. I do that all the time. I mean, it is an agent of evil. Always. How dreadfully kind of you. Now, if I were an airman, though I most certainly am not, I believe that I might find the crowds of the city intimidating. In which case, we'd best turn our gaze upon the surrounding wilds instead. Perhaps Central Shroud. Can't have gone far. Could be Headless Horseman, yes. It has a pumpkin head. Then we kill it. Easy. No? Well, now, I don't believe that we've met pumpkin-headed apparition. Okay, you're another pumpkin-headed person. Are you acquainted with this little one? Guess, kind of. Not really. I'm here to kill it. Tells me it's been working with the circus, but it struggles to satisfy the impresario's demands. Well, I mean, impresarios are like that. Oh, sweetheart, you're not a disappointment. And your eye is charming. Yes, it is. Perhaps you're somewhat different, but that's nothing to be ashamed of. Is that right, hero? Well, I'm plenty different, but that doesn't make me less of a failure. Impresario, over here! Ah, you found it. But why did the two of you not return right away? Can you not see that? Where'd it go? What happened to the pumpkin-headed lady? A pumpkin-headed woman who disappeared without a trace? Why, you could only be speaking of the legendary leader of the armies of darkness, the great Gourd herself. I jest, of course. The ogre Pumpkinhead would hardly break her silence after all these years to speak with you. I don't know, I'm pretty important. Stare. What I meant, of course, is that the Great Gourd is merely a fable. If she were real, and I'm sure she would be honored to know you, as we all are. There we go. Now your tune is correct. Correct, but, wow, you possess a spectacularly spine-chilling glare. I like to think so. It's enough to terrorize a void scent. I mean, it would be, I assume. In fact, it is so horrific that were one training to seek in the art of dread gaze, there would be no better instructor. Not even among fiends. Correct. And, as it happens, we are in need of just such a tutor. We, at the Continental Circus, have standards to maintain, you see. To play a part in our troupe, one must be able to project a certain air of eeriness. All in the name of delighting the public, of course. Alas, our friend here's gaze is somewhat less than dreadful. How? That's your only job. Airman, like, you stare. Which simply will not do. Particularly for an airman. No. I'm sure you understand. Under your tutelage, however, it may yet become a valued member of the circus. Marvelous. Decided. Airman shall be your pupil. No. No. I suppose. You'll need to learn to write it if you're to train it properly, though. Come, I'll show you. No. And that's one more menace in the world. Once you mold it into a monster that depicts the deepest dread, a force for evil that renders even the most stalwart of mortals voiceless and trembling, our true work will begin. We shall usher in the night of devilry at long last, recall the great Gourd from her slumber, and feast as the world cowers before us. Or I cut you down instead. That's fine. I jest, of course, but not at all. I'm dead serious. Exactly, Sky. Airman is well trained, or at least I thought so until it ran off on me. In any case, it ought to bear you as a passenger without objection. Ask that you help it practice gazing upon unsuspecting fools until it gets the hang of doing so dreadfully. When it's learned to perform to your satisfaction, please accompany it back here to me. I should hate to be abandoned by my own airman again. I understand it's a bit round, so if you fall off, return to me and I help you reseat yourself. Up you go. Sort of dread gaze. Instead of dread gaze. Fix your enemies with a gaze that won't quite strike fear into their hearts, but will certainly make them uncomfortable. It can't dread gaze yet. Fails. Go spooks people. Go make people feel uncomfortable. Can't spook them yet. Aha. Back fiend, or you should taste my blade. Oh, that was rather festive, actually. And that hat, it's fantastic. Dear me. Forgotten it was All Saints Week season upon us. Fiend slaying can wait. Don my guys post haste. Halloween time. I was like, oh wait. It's like, back. Oh wait, that was festive. Oh my, what an adorable giant eyeball you are. And dressed for All Saints Wake 2. Which I were celebrating instead of training out here. Slay 3 squirrels, they said. It'd be a challenge, they said. You know what? I'm done here. I'm going back to town and stuff myself with pumpkin cookies. You do it, adventurer. Screw this quest. We go gorge on pumpkin cookie. Well, that was very weird of you. You won't scare me away from my hunting spot that easily. Oh, you're at the Continental Circus? What a coincidence! I love All Saints Wake. I'm out here hunting for dynamite webs to decorate my cottage for the occasion, in fact. But if the festivities have already begun, I must hurry back to Gridania. I would hate to miss a single ghost, or void scent, or spider. You did okay? Like me? You ride on the hat. Arms crossed. And must have been terrifying. I saw 3 people running at such speed that they could only have been desperate to reach the safety of their homes. Extraordinary. Yeah, that's it. Sure. I am ever so slightly offended that the Airman seems to have responded better to your training than mine. But what matters is it's proven itself to you. Proven itself useful. Not really. Well, I mean, it is festive, so it is useful. Hope this is enough to satisfy the impresario. I don't think either of us could stand another lecture on the fundamentals of fear. In any case, ought to report into... Yep, it's Halloween. Well, it will be. It's not Halloween today. It is this week. Ah, you returned. How did the airman fare in his lessons? Splendidly. It said not merely one, but 3 souls hastening home to quiver under their blankets. Not true. Clearly learned to wield this dread gaze. Not really. That is absolutely positively what happened. In a manner of speaking. It's not entirely accurate. No, in a manner of speaking, sure. No need to be modest. If its gaze has become even half as horrific as yours, I have no doubt it's capable of chilling victims to the bone. You, young airman, congratulations. Proven to be a worthy member of the troop. Go forth and terrorize the masses. You traitorous little... You want to go with him? Not certain we can afford to part with such a valuable asset. On the other hand, so long as it continues to terrify, it wouldn't necessarily remain here. It needn't necessarily remain here to be of assistance. In fact, traveling world bringing it into contact with even more victims. Very well. Moved by your heartfelt plea, Airman, I permit you a leave of absence, so long as you continue to emulate your horrifying companion. Get it well, adventurer. Look forward to seeing what horrors you visit upon the realm. Sure. My foolish children, ever eager to reclaim what was never truly lost. Its devilry takes a different form, but the night goes on, haunted by monster and mortal both. And though you may think me absent, my eye is ever upon you. So do have fun. Turn to last. Did you cover any unhollowed plots? Kinda. Did you train airmen to terrorize the populace, but it's your friend now? Well, as long as it poses no risk to others, it doesn't. I don't see the harm in it accompanying you. Though, I'll make a note of this in guild records, just in case. I appreciate your willingness to get hands-on with this investigation. Speaking of which, for my part, I've observed the troop moving large quantities of supplies and issuing invitations to some manner of gathering. Based on past experience, I cannot help but have a bad feeling about this. I have the evil-ish eye. Haunting grounds. The Adventurers Guild investigator is suspicious of something else now. Willing to help me investigate further? That's a relief. One simply cannot be too careful when it comes to the Continental Circus. I know not whether you yourself have yet to receive an invitation, but the troupe is once again hosting a masquerade event in a vacant manor nearby. Now, we received no complaints this year from those who have successfully attended this event. However, others have reported that they were escorted to what they assumed was the venue for the masquerade, only to find themselves pursued by fiends through the echoing corridors of a haunted mansion. I grant that some people enjoy that sort of bizarre thing. Bizarre though it may be I'm not one of those people. However, the guild would be remiss were it not to ensure that none have become lost or trapped in such a clearly unsafe location. We can hardly ask the troop for its cooperation in this manner, as I doubt that the intentions and terrifying unsuspected revelers are pure. Of course, the only other option is to infiltrate the manor. And that is, of course, I ask you. First step would be to speak with the illusionist over there. Over the course of my observing the troop's movement, I've seen her conversing with at least 2 people that would later report having been to the haunted manor. The appetizing little morsel. What can I do for you? You want to enter the haunted manor? Of course you may. How could refuse someone so charmingly foolhardy? You need only speak to one of our dear Harlequin guides to be escorted to the site of your future nightmares. Of course, you may want to ask for a teensy little hint on how to survive before you do, else your mind shan't remain intact for long. A manor isn't the dreary, predictable places of your mundane world, you know. It has rules, to be sure, but they are fewer, and the consequences for breaking them all the greater for it. Good luck, dear. Seasonal Event Instance. You now have access to the Haunted Manor Seasonal Instance. To enter the manor, speak with the Harlequin Guide in either the Miketo's Amphitheater or the Acorn Archer. The Haunted Manor is a light party instance for players. No class, job, or level requirements for participation. Parties that register for the instance with less than 4 members will be filled out automatically via the magic system. Ask about the haunted manor. How scary is it? It is a haunted house. The amusements we have planned will leave you white-knuckled and trembling. From the moment you enter the manor, you have 30 minutes to complete 3 games chosen at random. Should you prove successful, you'll earn yourself a special treat. Oh, did I mention that the rooms and hallways are wandered by blood-curdling apparitions? Should these ghastly residents discover your presence, they will transform you into a pumpkin. Not permanently, of course. How else would they enjoy hunting you down over and over again? Repeated transformations will take their toll on your sanity, reducing you to a gibbering mess. Once this happens, I'm afraid we'll be forced to evict you in favor of fresh visitors. Haunted Manor participants are given a sanity meter. Once this value reaches 0, you're kicked out. You're out. I hate this. I hate this so much. We do this once because I feel obligated to show it off. Even though nobody freaking watches these streams anyway. Why, of course, we have an entire troop of circus members, disguised, quote-unquote, as horrifying airmans and ephemeral wisps, roaming the halls and casting enchantments on clumsy intruders. Unless you wish to spend much of your visit as a pumpkin, you would do well to avoid the airman's one-eyed gaze. As for the wisps, they see little but hear all. Creep slowly and quietly, lest your footfalls betray your presence. What's there to do inside? Pumpkin hunt, coffee cracker, arcade circles. We'll figure it out. Can I go alone? Alone? Oh dear me, no. We insist that you bring friends to share the experience. Our activities have been designed to a set of quartet of companions to quivering, you see? Lame. I just wanted to go alone. Do you have cookies? Yes, actually we do. We reward everyone who visits our haunted manor with creepy treats. Even better, these cookies serve as currency at our seasonal vendors. If there's some festival finery you can't yet afford, you can always return to the manor to add to your batch. Where's the haunted manor? Games, shall we say? Will there be fighting? Lame. Plenty of sneaking and hiding. I hate that. Okay, pumpkin hunt. Because I have to team up with people. Searching for pumpkin-shaped treasure chests inside the manor. Find all 6 chests before time runs out. Coffee cracker. Locate the coffer and crack open its lid. To dispel this arcane safeguard, one must stand before the coffer and intone the correct combination of 5 numbers. Not despair. Hence conveniently pinned on pieces of parchment, which are scattered inconveniently around the manor. You don't have the stomach for searching, you might simply guess the numbers, but be prepared for a shock should you utter the wrong combination. Let the chat mode and say, keyboard or software keyboard, to enter a 5-digit number while targeting the coffer. Entering the correct combination will open the coffer. Entering the wrong sequence, however, will reduce your reserve of hit points. It is horrifying. You don't know how much I hate stealth. You don't know how much I hate Halloween in general. My wife should be doing this. She's at work and she doesn't play 14, so just because she simply does not have the time. Rather, the contents of a note will be seen by the player who reads it, so be sure to share any hints you find with the rest of the party. Arcane Circles. Have you and your companions scouring the manor for 4 mysterious patterns laid out on its floors. Once they're found, each of you must choose a circle to stand in to complete the task. You need not step inside the patterns at the exact same moment, but as long as one of the circles is left unoccupied, the game will not end. Use smoldering coals to light the jack-o'-lanterns scattered about the manor. Search for baskets. The color of the basket determines the number of cookies it holds, so spend your time wisely. You need to collect 15 cookies in total. Jack in the box. You'll encounter a multitude of chests during the game, but only 2 of them should be open. Should you choose to flick the lids at random, you might be in for a fright. Instead, it would be better served seeking out the hints hidden throughout the manor. They'll point you toward the right floor in the right room. Opening the wrong chest causes a loss of sanity. Find the hints to piece together the locations of the untrapped containers. Be aware that you need to show the party. Skin Changer, a mischievous imp, has transformed itself into a pumpkin-shaped treasure chest, which exactly resembles the others hidden around the manor. Only way to find the imp is by collecting and using the True Sight smoke bombs. Normal pumpkin will emit a red smoke, but the voice-hit trickster will be betrayed with blue. When you discover the right pumpkin, investigate the chest to force the imposter to reveal itself. Make sure to use the smoke bomb first, or the contents will continue to ignore you. So, use a True Sight smoke bomb on the pumpkin imposter. See, this is not fun for me. Fun for a lot of people, and, you know, may they have lots of fun, but this is not fun for me. But, we'll do it once. This is the haunted man. Sure, I'll do it a second. Why not? Knight loves Halloween. Haunted Manor. Complete my terrifying task and you shall have a reward. Circus apparitions will temporarily immobilize anyone they detect, experience, which will deplete your sanity meter. Party, oh, it's shared by the party. Oh, well, we're effed. Mission start. Find untrapped boxes. See, this would be fun if I had people to play with, but I don't. Like, if I had a group of 4 people to play with, like friends, that would be interesting. We're down to 74. Hidden room ending with the number 1. Second box is on second floor. Okay, so. So not here. I don't know how to walk, so. Charm. Somewhere in the cell range. Room ending in 5. Where am I? Okay, well, I'm here. Room 5. Yes, I did. Got it. Alright. We already lost half the sanity meter. The Mount Postman thing is interesting. Arcane circles. Find and occupy all 4 circles at the same time. Okay. Alright, I'll go this way. Okay, so here's one. It's interesting. I wish it was actually a class. I think that'd be really funny. Yay. That's 2. Yeah, I do like how it's all like it tilts and it gets the question mark like level up. Light the lanterns. Okay. Do I start with smoldering coals or do I have to find them? Scoop up smoldering coals. Great, I have to find them. Night 4 before the clock ticks down. Here's coal. I got one as well. He's going down there, so I guess I'll go this way. That's where he came from. Nothing here. Nothing here, but I can recloak the party. We only need one more. I don't think it's in the 100 room, the ground floor. I think I would have found it already. Yeah, now I've gone in a circle. Here's a charm now. Did it. Yeah, I do like the Moogle quest. I like them a lot. Yeah, we did it. Take your cookies. Okay. Suspicious chest. 5 pumpkin cookies. Yay! They're gonna get a fresh one because I gave them. I gave that person my. Yay! I did it. All right, the stealth was as bad as I thought. I actually didn't get caught. So that's not bad. Glamorous guys. Circus vendor. Pumpkin carriage. It's a heart-stopping, disembodied pumpkin head. Are those the only 3 things you can get? Revel your heart's content. Prepare a thrilling manner for our guests to explore. To you, however, I would offer something more extraordinary. Within the manor, you will find an associate of the troupe who is frightfully well versed in the art of glamours. No doubtly note his terribly convincing disguise. Should I say a word more, lest I spoil the delights that await? If you would sate your curiosity, you must speak with him. Go now, don't delay. Oh, you'll find our associate in room 108. Okay. Greetings, guest of the impresario. Yes, I know you. Tell me, have you ever wished to become someone else? Not really. I can do that for you. Free of charge! Never. I must be a very convincing disguise for the masquerade. All I need you is to recall a journey unforgettable. Traverse your memories and tell me what you see. A journey to end a conflict of 1,000 years. Journey to forge this realm anew. Nothing. I see nothing. Yeah, he did it. Speaking of Moogles, let's go knock all of this stuff out of the way. Because apparently getting level 60 gear sucks for the crafting classes. So I'm going to try to get to 61 eventually, and then we'll go into Stormblood, and I'll get level 61 gear. I can grind out scripts. That's not a problem. I read something else. I read like you need master recipe craft stuff. Regardless, I'll just try to get to 61. We'll get into Stormblood and I'll buy level 61 gear. That's the one where I tell them to like go do crazy crap. Such a herder and one Moogles hiding throughout the churning mist or else. We all have our video game weaknesses. Mine is everything, but even more so than normal is stealth. I like stealth, but I'm bad at it. So I don't like it. I like the idea of stealth missions. But I'm never good at it, so they can bugger off. again. I remember this one from 2 days ago. It's down here. I spent a while up there searching around. It's like, where is it? Will name and brand of elements be in 5.1? Yes, but the cost is going up. I'm not going to be using it as much. Probably won't be using it as much. Yeah, I might not need it, depending on how the other skills do now. Like, it's gonna be weird. Like, it's... how stuff is changing. I think it's gonna be easier to make things, but I think it's gonna be harder to make high-quality things. Like, that's my guess. Which sucks, because high-quality things is what everybody asks for, so... That's just my guess. We'll see how it plays out. A lot of the samurai changes, I don't have those skills, so I have no idea how it's going to change. And white mage barely got touched at all, so not much to say there. Because what they're doing is they're taking some of the RNG out of it, which there's a lot of RNG when you craft, because a lot of your skills are 90%, so there's a chance you fail and it throws off everything. But they're getting rid of all that. Everything's going to have at least all your main ones, like basic synthesis and where's basic? Oh, I threw it off the bar. But basic touch are going to have 100%. And a lot of things are going from like 70 to 100%, 90 to 100%. So they're taking some of the RNG out of it. A lot of the RNG out of it. At least for just kind of basic crafting. But the other thing they're taking out is they're taking out these advanced moves. Like they're taking out advanced synthesis, advanced touch. Like they're getting rid of those. So you don't have this 150 efficiency you can just go to. Like all that's going away. Which means everything has like the 100%. So what they want you to do, I think, is they want you to use more of the other skills. Like they want you to use name and brand of the elements, but they up the cost. They want you to like use whistle while you work. They want you to use inner quiet. They want you to use these other skills. Instead of just like making use of like advanced touch and steady hand. Which is what I do a lot. Okay, that's all of those quests. Alright, to the Vath, and we're going to have our Vath quest as well, the next quest for them. Reputation quest. So I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see how crafting will change. Because I'm going to have to completely redo, like, my setup. A long shot. Darn, of course I don't pick a good one. Couldn't remember that one. Because I only need to do one of these quests. The gathering classes, I don't know how much is going to change. It didn't seem like a lot. Like the thing that I really like that they're changing is when you're stealth, you don't move at stupidly slow speed. I like that. least I'm finding this stuff faster this time. Oh, you can? I didn't read that. I missed that. You can even stealth with mounts. That's awesome. That's so good. That'll make it just way faster. Like that, I was starting to take chances to where I would not stealth. I just run and hope my level was high enough to avoid, just because it was a pain. Bye, Sky. Hope they're okay. Yeah, the downside is that stealth only stealths you 4 levels above where you were. But that's kind of how, after you get... That nerf's pre-50. But after 50, that's what your stealth kind of does anyway, so... So it's not that big of a deal. Oh, there's the Tarask that kills everybody. That you need a bunch of people for. They're not saying anything about it, so I'm gonna peace out. So when I work on minor, it's gonna stink, but the other stealths, like I said, they're already like that once you get above 50, so. I'm happy for the faster movement. Okay, here we go. Actually, I'm gonna do this as white mage, just because I think this will be the end. A symbiotic friendship. The vast Deft Arm overlooks the guild with satisfaction. Master, what a pleasant surprise! Even though you are so busy with your own quest, I am glad you always stop by to help me with the Adventurers Guild. I could not have done it without you. Our colony thrives, Master. Our new brothers and sisters are inspired by the Guild's beginnings and your generous help. Many now seek my tutelage to become adventurers themselves. They seek me as the one who learned from you. I would say more, but you know I am not good with these things. No good at all. The words come out strange, but the storyteller wanted to see you too. I think he could tell you better than I. There are 2 things we need to talk to the storyteller about. Kind hunter, generous hunter, you have contributed to our humble hive more than you know. For that, we are truly grateful. The Overmind now knows our strength. We are certain he will do all in his power to keep his hold on the One Mind. But there will always be those who stray. There will always be Vath. More Vath means more individuals, those with different minds and feelings. We cannot hope to agree on everything, but we accept this divergence. Even if it leads to clash amongst ourselves, it is worth our freedom. Is it? Through our colony's trials, to preserve our existence, we will continue to tell our story, and we do not forget those who joined us in our struggles. We had no choice when we were linked with the Overmind, but now we choose to strengthen our bonds with you, Hunter. You may even consider us your brothers and sisters. Bloodsworn with the Vath. Saving space for a bonus upon completion of Vath Beast daily trade quests. Yay! Cool, I thought we'd have another quest to do. Ah, our hunter friend. Welcome. You come hunting gods once more? Yes. The non-mind is glad for your thirst of divine blood. Even more ravishes do the one mind grow as they seek offerings to glut our deity's insatiable appetite. I told to give you this. Another path to our god's domain. Oh yeah, right. We're asking for another path. Yes, there is but one way. You must seek out the gene hive on the far side of the colony and attune your spirit to the aetherite ensconced within. But the deed is not possible. We hear that the crystal is warded by ancient ritual magics. The one mind have woven the seal such that only the most worthy of warriors shall be granted leave to enter Thok as Thok, and they do not share with the non-mind what they consider worthy. Attune to the aetherite. After pause, smash the gemstone into the aetherite. Yay! Because that's what I want to do right now. Not. I mean, you don't want to fight a super strong boss every minute of the day? How weird. I know, I'm a weird adventurer. what to do. Must be 30 Umbright. Oh, this has been my problem lately. I don't know what I want to work on. Onions of life bestowing. Sure. Tree Whisperer 5 allows you to identify the characteristics of a mature tree or patch of lush vegetation, further improving chances of enhanced gathering when conditions are met. Mithrite sized, which I have better. I don't think so. That doesn't sound familiar. That's something I need to do. There's some quest I don't think I ever did. Okay. Over time, a Central Road arrived from Basala not a moment ago. Busy Camp Cloud Top. Later then. Do that later. We'll go grab all the levy quests. Yeah, let's take them all. 85 plus. We're gonna go to... I have not looked up this week's fashion. No longer a collectible. Break down an item into its ethereal components. Accomplish botanist in your own right. Familiar with ethereal reduction? Thus, break down an item into its base ethereal components. The process is admittedly difficult to layman to explain. Koko Samu, a disciple of Master Mudamix, will surely be glad to tell you more. Stop sending me all the way out there. Go west, craftsman. House of Splendor is expanding its operations. Establish a presence in Idleshire, far to the west, and the Rodney Hinterlands. Already been there. But I'll do that anyway. Master recipes for 1 herb. I got all that from the Moodles. That's cool. Still cedar log, old wood fig, but that's part of the stupid spoiling crap. How much is left on fashion? Oh, I should look at fashion report. Easy 80. Sunstone ring. And the sunstone ring I can get. I can buy in Thanolin. So I'm heading to that side of the world anyway. I always forget where this asshole is. Taking the ride. That's tempting. Now, do we have die? No. Script change. Jeweler. Sunstone Ring. This. Okay. How do I say? I don't give a damn. Just following a guide. Only because they're not listening. It's the problem with me. Survival shirt. This needs to go right ring. It's important, it has to be on the right. Between that and the survival, I should have enough points. Shouldn't have to die anything. There's my 60,000 MGP. Leap of faith, I'll pass. It pops up. Oh, wait. While I'm here. That's 360. $1,080, nice. You were all split up. 306. Yeah, that saved me like a whole 20 gil. Did it. Battery tongue flash with shifty making or transmutation or whatever, no? Letter? Get rid of that. You want to know about a theory of reduction, all you had to do was ask. Then you suggest crystals for the most part. Thinking you can rid yourself of all your worthless shite in this fashion. Think again. Only items with a certain, how should I put this? Alright, collectability. Only rare items valued as collectibles seem to be suitable for this purpose, so it's hardly an easy decision to make. Why not give it a go? You can now use the general action Ethereal Reduction, and by doing so, break down unwanted collectibles into their base ethereal components, such as crystals. In addition to crystals, reduced collectibles may yield rare materials at random. Be warned, this process is irreversible, and collectibles will be permanently lost. Not really, but... At least it's done. After this, I'm gonna run Void Arc, and we're gonna die doing that. Because never been.